I was living in a shared apartment with my boyfriend, Adam, and another couple, Sarah and Luke, who were our friends. We'd just signed a rental agreement to stay there for another 6 months when we broke up. It was my decision to end it. I just couldn't see us staying together long term. He took it quite badly. In an ideal world, I would have moved out to give him some space, but we just couldn't afford it. Fortunately, there was a little storage room in the apartment, and I moved into that, giving him the master bedroom that we had shared before. There wasn't enough space in it for all my clothes. I have quite a lot of them, so I had to keep going in his room, but I did my best to give him some space. It wasn't easy for sure. I knew he hoped that we would get back together, and one time, after I'd had a rough day at school and was really stressed, I turned to him for comfort. It was just so easy to slip back into old habits, and he was there, and I knew he could give me the support I wanted. But I shouldn't have done that. It gave him false hopes, and things were tense for a while after that. We had agreed that we wouldn't date anyone else while we were living in the same apartment, and I kept my word, but it didn't quite go according to plan. You see, there was a guy at school who I got to know, and there was an instant attraction between us. I was honest with him. I told him I was living with my ex and that it wouldn't be possible to take things further for a while, and he was fine with that. But of course, we flirted and we often met up for coffee, and then I told Sarah, the friend who we were living with, about him. And one day we were gossiping about him in the kitchen, and she was asking me all these questions, and I was chatting away, and then Adam walked in. He'd been in the living room and overheard every word. I hadn't realized he was there. It was very awkward. He didn't speak to me for a while after that, and that weekend he went out partying and brought a girl home. I'm sure he didn't have any feelings for her. It was just him showing he didn't care or pretending to show it. After that, I kept out of his way as much as possible. When we were together, I was distant and polite, and he avoided me too. It wasn't easy, for sure, trying to cook and do the laundry when the other one wasn't in the room. It was hard on our friends, too. Gone were the days when we'd hang out in the living room watching TV with takeout and a bottle of wine, playing board games together or watching a movie. The apartment was very tense. I stayed until the 6 months was up and then moved out. Really, I should have moved out sooner, as it really hurt my friendship with Sarah, or with all of them, really. She hasn't reached out to me since then. And I'm sure Adam was glad to see me go. I guess it was natural that we couldn't just end things immediately after being close, but while we were living together, neither of us could move on.